Hi there, I'm Katia from Serial Hero. My team and I are here to share with you what we've learned from a decade of practicing UX. We hope it's useful for you in your path to becoming a successful UX designer, or in case you already are one, to be even better. In this video, I'm going to talk about why you should become a UX designer, what things to consider when making this big decision, and what lies ahead for you. Now, what motivates us to become UX designers may be different from person to person and where you are in your careers. If you're starting young, you might be driven by a passion to design delightful things, by the psychology behind UX, by the possibilities of technology, many different things. Can be also by the perspective of a nicer pay. If you're starting a bit older, your motivation might be to finally have a say on what is being designed, rather than just executing what someone else says that should be designed. To be able to influence the business and have an impact. And perhaps the nicer pay too. While all of these reasons are valid for pursuing a career in UX, you should also consider how much UX design brings meaning to your life. We don't usually think, what's the profession that will bring meaning to my life? If you normally think this, congrats, because you're ahead of most of us. Because this is the real question to ask. I believe that UX designers have the power to change the world. And this brings meaning to my life. And I'm not only talking about making products that are better for the world, although that's a big part of it. I'm talking about designing better people for the world. How? By shaping behavior through the products that they use. Seems a bit extreme. Well, think about it. Do you use any fitness app to exercise? What's the goal? To make its founders money? That should be one of its goals, but the app's mission should be to get you in the best shape you can be. Now think about your bank or broker. Yes, they are in it to earn money, but their mission should be to provide you the tools to propel and manage your wealth. Don't get me wrong, I'm not naively saying these products' intentions are pure. No. I am aware that many of these are luring people into buying things they don't actually need. What I'm saying is, there's an honorable purpose within these products, and it's our job as UX designers to identify it and never lose sight of it. I find this resonates with me. In order for you to decide whether or not a UX designer is someone you ought to be, let's take a step back and see what a UX designer actually does. A UX designer designs the experience that someone has with a digital product or service. For the sake of simplicity, I'll just call it a product, even though I'll be referring to services too. What does it mean to design the experience, you may ask? Well, it means to consider the events that happen internally and externally when a certain someone uses a product, from the moment that the need arises until the need is satisfied. Because this chain of events will dictate how it will look, feel, and behave. It doesn't have to be a full digital experience. Think about a car, for instance. It's a tangible product. But besides the internal digital screens that it has, especially the new ones, it comes up with apps that help you communicate with it. It can tell you that the fuel is low at nearby gas stations, and you can tell it to cool itself down a few minutes before you go in. These are all pieces, digital interactions of a larger experience. As UX designers, we specialize in the digital parts, but we have to acknowledge the full experience in order to do a good job. How's UX different from UI? UX focuses on the overarching user needs and then the set of decisions throughout the usage of a product that will fulfill these needs, while UI focuses on the visual and interaction details that users come across when use the same product. UX without UI is devoid of emotion. It can be confusing and unappealing. UI without UX can be like a beautiful book in a foreign language that you can't possibly read. As I mentioned before, aligning your life's meaning with your profession can be a huge difference. Our careers are not linear. They present us with many obstacles, and UX is not an exception. In fact, it often comes with a lot of convincing and proving situations. You might be lucky to end up working in an organization where UX is like fully established and people realize its value. But you often have to prove yourself over and over again in organizations with lower UX maturity. If you don't truly feel connected with your profession, it's easy to feel unmotivated and detached. Having been a UX designer since 2010, back then we called ourselves usability experts, I was challenged all the time. I took HCI at Carnegie Mellon and a design degree before that, and I was fortunate not to struggle as much to find jobs as other people did. I struggle after being hired, having to prove to the people who hired me and everyone else that I could do this and they should let me. There are many interesting things about this that I'd like to cover, but I'll have to leave it to other videos, otherwise this will be too long. What I wanted to convey is that a UX designer's journey is not all roses and rainbows. It requires you to be passionate about it in order to endure the hardships. No matter what UX work you are doing, even if you're just asked to decide on a simple placement of a button, there's a reason to be passionate about this work. The research and testing you conduct in order to figure out where this button should be may reveal insights that you had never considered before. It's this curiosity and fascination about discovering the truth of human behavior that for some people, it's their why. The important thing here is to identify the why. What is it about this profession that you find meaningful and fulfilling? For some people, it might be to improve people's lives. For others, it might be the excitement of crafting a new product. For others, it might be to study human behavior. For others, it can be to bring design together with technology in a totally new way. UX design covers a wide spectrum of disciplines that you might find fulfilling. For me, the answer to why I should be a UX designer is to make a positive change in the world. What's yours? I'd love to hear your thoughts. Please leave your comments. Thumbs up if you liked this video, and if you'd like to see more videos like this, please subscribe to our channel. Thank you so much. Take care.